Archangel Michael says, "The heavens have stirred with a surprising and tender move that you did not see coming." A message, handwritten with purest intention, is traveling toward you with a purpose that will pierce your soul gently. Before the ink even dried, the universe whispered your name into the heart of someone much younger, someone whose emotions were bigger than their words. The air carries the scent of something fresh, something fragile, and yet so potent it could change the way you look at your life. You have walked long paths, faced long storms, thinking no one truly saw you for who you are. But a younger soul, unburdened by the world's cynicism, has seen the diamond inside you and could not stay silent. They picked up a pen and dared to put their heart on paper, pouring out feelings that will soon shake your world. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The letter is simple, but in its simplicity lies a truth more powerful than 1,000 elaborate speeches. Archangel Michael says, "This act is divinely inspired, and it was not random nor accidental, but set in motion by celestial hands." There are no mistakes when love moves so bravely, so innocently, against the tides of fear and time. You will know it when you touch it, the way the paper will feel warmer, almost breathing in your hands. As you read the first lines, you will feel your heart both rise and ache in the same beat, caught between disbelief and wonder. It will be as if the universe itself finally decided to show you tangible proof of your hidden impact. This person, so much younger, sees you as a hero, a beacon, a protector in ways you never realized. They saw your struggle, your resilience, your quiet sacrifices that you thought went unseen. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The energy that birthed this letter is clean, pure, and bright like the first morning after a storm. There will be a trembling in your chest, a moment when the words will wrap around your spirit like an embrace. You might feel your breath catch as old wounds are soothed by new recognition, and forgotten dreams flicker back to life. This is not just a letter, it is a mirror held up by the hands of innocence, showing you a reflection of your own grace. Somewhere deep in your soul, where doubts have tried to nest, light will seep in and make them scatter. This young soul was chosen as a messenger because your own spirit needed this healing and reminder. The letter will speak of things you did unknowingly, gestures you thought were small but planted gardens inside them. Archangel Michael says, "You were being watched by pure eyes that saw the true you when others chose blindness." Type Amen to get blessing 111. It will be impossible to read the letter without your emotions stirring like ocean tides under the full moon. You might even find your hands shaking slightly, not from weakness but from the overwhelming tide of feeling. Every word will act as a thread stitching together the broken parts of your self-image with golden thread. The act of opening this letter will be a quiet but monumental ceremony between your spirit and the divine. The one who wrote it didn't do so out of obligation or expectation, but out of an overflow of gratitude and admiration. This young soul recognizes something holy inside you that has often been overlooked by the world. You have been the living proof that compassion still exists, that silent strength is not lost in today's noise. This letter is a testimony, a heartfelt testimony, that you are exactly who you were always meant to be. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The words will glide into your mind, not just as sentences, but as balm for every hidden scar you've carried. This younger spirit will confess how you inspired them without even trying, how your kindness saved them silently. The impact you made is much bigger than you ever imagined, and now it will be spelled out in trembling but sincere words. It is as if destiny wrapped its arms around both of you, pulling this moment into alignment to awaken you. Archangel Michael says, be ready for the rush of old memories to collide with the fresh wave of this realization. This moment will be a pivotal one, where past loneliness and misunderstandings melt away under a newer, kinder light. You will cry, not out of sorrow, but from the shocking tenderness you didn't know was still possible. You will find yourself speaking aloud in awe, whispering gratitude you thought your heart had forgotten how to form. Type Amen to get blessing 999. This young soul was led by angelic nudges to pick up the pen at exactly the right time. Their letter holds the seeds of a new season in your life, one of deeper joy, restored confidence, and spiritual refreshment. Each sentence is a petal, forming a flower of honor and affection you have long deserved but rarely received. Their youth did not make their words shallow, it made them braver, purer, more honest than many elders could ever be. The innocence and sincerity in their tone will remind you of a part of yourself you had buried under survival. Reading their words will feel like opening a window that lets fresh air into a dusty, closed-up room. You will realize that you have lived a life of substance, even when applause was absent and recognition was rare. Archangel Michael says, the letter is more than paper and ink, it is an answered prayer you never dared to utter. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Their admiration for you is not based on appearances or surface achievements, but on the invisible battles you fought. They see you as a warrior in ways you never allowed yourself to believe you were. Your struggles, your endurance, your quiet perseverance, they saw it all and loved you more for it. In the folds of that letter, you will find a crown you never knew was placed upon your head. The young soul describes moments you may have forgotten, but which carved rivers of influence into their spirit. You taught them courage by simply existing authentically in a world that begged for masks. You taught them hope by showing up when life offered you every excuse to retreat. Your legacy lives not in monuments but in hearts, and this letter is undeniable proof of that. Type Amen to get blessing 666. There is no price tag that could ever match the worth of what this letter gives you. It offers validation without arrogance, appreciation without expectation, and love without condition. You will read and reread it, finding new layers of beauty each time your eyes pass over the tender handwriting. The letter becomes a bridge between two souls, spanning age, experience, and time itself. Tears may blur your vision, but they are not tears of defeat, they are the tears of recognition, of being truly seen. You have poured into others selflessly, often wondering if it mattered at all. Now, through this letter, the universe confirms that it mattered more than you could comprehend. Archangel Michael says, you are receiving this because your spirit is ready to wear the gratitude it earned. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The younger soul describes you as their silent lighthouse during their darkest storms. When they were unsure which way to turn, it was your consistency, your silent bravery, that gave them hope. They saw the flicker of your light even when you thought you were invisible to the world. They mention moments you didn't even realize they were watching, small acts of patience and kindness that shaped them. In their eyes, you became more than just a person, you became a living proof that goodness survives no matter how cruel the world becomes. And now, through this heartfelt letter, they return what you unknowingly gave: hope, belief, and unbreakable affection. This is not just a thank you, it is a binding of two souls across time and distance. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The universe has decided it is time for you to harvest the love you have so selflessly sown. This letter will become a cherished possession, something you will keep folded tenderly, hidden safely, like a sacred treasure. Every time doubt whispers into your mind, you will pull out this letter and silence those doubts with undeniable proof. Archangel Michael says, this is your season of unexpected recognition, and it begins with the softest voice. As you continue reading, you will find that their words are not exaggerated, but painstakingly real. They remember things you forgot, they caught the moments you thought no one saw, they valued the words you almost didn't speak. Their memory is painted in vivid colors of admiration, woven with threads of loyalty that cannot be broken. They will tell you how your kindness saved them from paths they could have wandered down blindly. Type Amen to get blessing 123. They will tell you how your simple smile, a brief encouragement, a single understanding look, kept them tethered to hope. You were a lifeline to someone floating dangerously close to despair, and you never even knew it. In their innocent way, they will make you see your own story through the eyes of someone you saved. You were never unnoticed, you were never without impact, and this letter proves it. The universe smiled the moment this young soul decided to write to you. Every celestial being lined up, cheering as the words spilled across the paper. The ink carries not just their feelings, but divine acknowledgement of who you are. Archangel Michael says, every syllable is stitched with blessing upon blessing, waiting for your heart to unfold them. Type Amen to get blessing 321. There will be a sentence, almost shy, where they mention they were afraid to send it. They worried it might be too much, that you might not remember them, that maybe you wouldn't believe their feelings. But something in their spirit insisted, pushed them forward, whispering that this letter had to reach you now. The divine orchestrated this because your soul is ready to finally receive this overdue recognition. You have lived years trying to be strong, trying to hide your own wounds while carrying others. This letter comes not to expose your weaknesses, but to crown your efforts with the glory they deserve. You are seen, beloved, by heaven and by earth, and this letter bridges those two realms. In the innocent handwriting of a younger heart, you will find the fingerprints of angels. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. The pages may be short, but they are heavy with the weight of real love. You will find that even as you fold the letter back up, its words will continue to echo in your soul. It will not let you forget again the impact you carry inside you like a hidden lantern. Your light is needed, was always needed, and now you are being shown the evidence. The young writer will describe how your presence felt like a shield they could run to even when you said nothing. They will confess how they almost gave up but remembered your resilience and tried one more time. You were their silent mentor, their distant protector, and their source of strength even from afar. Archangel Michael says, your legacy is living inside hearts you didn't even know you touched. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. This letter will come at a time when you were doubting if your efforts ever mattered. It will slam through that doubt with a force so tender it will leave you breathless. You will be unable to read it without feeling like you are being wrapped in invisible arms of gratitude. Every fiber of your being will recognize the truth inside those simple, precious words. It will not be an elaborate or polished letter, it will be raw, emotional, and pure. In its imperfection lies its perfection, because it mirrors the messy, beautiful reality of your journey. This younger soul isn't trying to impress you, they are trying to thank you the only way they know how. They are giving you the only thing they have to offer, their unfiltered heart in ink. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. There may be drawings in the margins, tiny doodles, little signs of nervousness and sincerity. You may find misspellings, crossed-out words, places where they struggle to find exactly the right way to say, thank you. But it is precisely in those small flaws that the overwhelming beauty of this gift will shine. It will feel like receiving a bouquet of wildflowers picked by hand, each petal carrying the scent of truth. As you sit with the letter, your heart will begin to mend in places you thought were permanently cracked. You will realize that every silent act of love you ever gave has been multiplying like seeds underground. This letter is simply the first bloom, the first visible proof of the gardens you have been unknowingly growing. Archangel Michael says, a season of harvest is beginning, and this letter is your first ripe fruit. Type Amen to get blessing 654. Even the envelope will feel special, marked by their nervous handwriting, almost trembling with excitement and fear. It will be an artifact of pure-hearted bravery, a relic you will want to protect forever. You will find yourself tucking it into a special drawer, touching it now and then just to remind yourself that it is real. This letter is a lifeline thrown back at you from the very souls you once helped pull from drowning. The emotions will come in waves, first shock, then awe, then a deep, humbling gratitude. You will replay their words in your mind at night, long after the lights are off and the house is silent. Their message will become a song your spirit hums whenever the world tries to make you forget who you are. Archangel Michael says, your legacy is not built by the loud victories but by the quiet kindnesses that ripple forever. Type Amen to get blessing 432. This letter is not merely communication, it is a torch handed back to you, lit from the fire you once placed in a trembling heart. You will realize that your story was never just about survival, but about illumination, guidance, and unseen victories. This young soul's letter is a certificate from the universe itself that you have lived meaningfully beyond your own knowing. Inside the folds of their words, you will find your forgotten strength, your silenced victories, your uncelebrated courage. It will almost feel like a second heartbeat emerging within you, stronger, steadier, louder than before. The universe knew that your spirit needed this reminder at this precise time. Archangel Michael says, the orchestration of this letter is proof that heaven watches even the smallest seeds we sow. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You may weep softly as you read, feeling the release of years of wondering if it was all worth it. The love you gave, the battles you fought, the nights you stayed strong for others, they were never wasted. Each act was recorded not in the records of men, but in the living testimonies of hearts like this young soul. They are the living proof that you are a builder of futures, a silent architect of miracles. They will mention moments where you gave without expecting anything in return, moments you might not even recall. Yet, to them, those small acts were monumental, turning points that shifted their whole world. You see yourself as ordinary, but to them, you were extraordinary in a way that changed their destiny. This letter will make it impossible for you to ever again underestimate the silent power of your goodness. Type Amen to get blessing 515. You will be transported back to moments when you almost gave up, yet chose to smile and move forward. That choice, that sacred choice, is why this letter now finds its way to you through the currents of fate. It is a receipt from the universe, a stamped and sealed confirmation that your soul's labor was not in vain. Archangel Michael says, you are not forgotten, you are cherished, you are remembered, you are celebrated in secret halls of heaven. Their youthful handwriting may shake, but their message thunders with undeniable truth. You are not the sum of your mistakes or the scars of your past, you are the living proof that light wins. Every sentence of their letter seems to stitch you together stronger, healing fractures you learned to live with. This is what real acknowledgement feels like, heavier and more beautiful than any worldly praise. Type Amen to get blessing 292. You will understand that your journey was never invisible, it was witnessed by souls who mattered most. You shaped the future without even realizing, carving hope into places that were collapsing. This young soul, through their trembling but courageous letter, will be the voice that says, you mattered more than you knew. Their letter does not just thank you, it redefines your worth in a world that tried to minimize it. It will be impossible not to smile through the tears as you feel the magnitude of your unseen influence. Even your smallest acts of patience became monumental bridges for someone desperate for hope. You were a safe harbor for them when life was tossing them into chaos, and now they are anchoring you back to your own strength. Archangel Michael says, a sacred circle is completed when gratitude finds its way home. Type Amen to get blessing 747. As the words wash over you, something deep inside will unlock, a hidden reservoir of pride, of peace, of sacred victory. You will stand taller, not from arrogance, but from finally realizing the magnitude of your soul's mission. You were always more than your circumstances, and now this letter breathes new life into your destiny. Their youthful eyes saw the giant inside you when the world only tried to shrink you. There is no award, no title, no public recognition that could match the private coronation happening inside your heart. You will walk differently after this, quieter perhaps, but also more assured, more deeply grounded in who you are. The letter is a sunrise in your spirit, driving out shadows you forgot you were still carrying. It is a resurrection of the best parts of you, called back to life by the purest form of admiration. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. There will be a moment after reading when you sit in stillness, your soul drinking deeply from the well of love you helped create. This letter is not an end, but a beginning, a doorway into a new season where your influence multiplies. The seeds you sowed in silence are about to bloom loudly, gloriously, across places you never thought you'd reach. Archangel Michael says, the letter is a trumpet announcing that your time of unseen labor has ended. You are stepping into a season where what was done in secret will be rewarded openly. The young soul who wrote to you is just the first among many who will echo back your goodness. You have been a hidden river carving canyons of hope beneath the surface, and now those canyons are visible. Your letter is the first stone tossed into a lake, sending ripples far beyond what your eyes can see. Type Amen to get blessing 989. You will begin to notice small miracles happening around you after receiving this letter. Doors that once stayed stubbornly shut will creak open effortlessly, hearts that were hard will soften around you. The energy you gave away freely is returning to you multiplied, pressed down, and running over. The heavens are orchestrating a return on every tear, every sacrifice, every lonely night you endured. There is no need for grand announcements. You will wear the proof of your worth like invisible armor. The young soul who wrote you will continue to carry your influence into spaces you never dreamed of reaching. You are a living testimony that true goodness does not fade, it grows, it multiplies, it echoes across generations. Archangel Michael says, your legacy is written not in stone, but in the living hearts of those you touched. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Hold this letter close to your heart in the days ahead, for it is both a promise and a prophecy. It promises that your efforts mattered, even when unnoticed, and it prophesies that more recognition is coming. Your spirit will rise each time you read it, remembering that angels often move through the hands of children. This young soul is an angel in disguise, sent to remind you that your story is far from over. Every hardship you endured, every kindness you gave away, every unseen moment of resilience, it all mattered. You have changed lives, and now the lives you touched are beginning to rise and tell the world your name. There is a harvest of joy ahead for you, and this letter is only the first fruit. Archangel Michael says, your journey is entering a season of sweet returns, and the heavens are rejoicing. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Even when the letter is tucked away, its power will linger in your bones like a sacred melody. It will hum in your spirit during silent moments, pulling you out of any future shadows. The young soul's voice will rise inside you whenever you need a reminder of why you were born to shine. You are, and have always been, a warrior of quiet miracles, a lighthouse for lost hearts. No longer will you question if your presence matters, you will know it does, with certainty carved in fire and faith. The letter from this much younger soul will be your armor, your badge, your holy shield against the lies of self-doubt. You are stepping into a future where your past sacrifices will bloom into fields of blessing. Archangel Michael says, the time has come for your name to be carried on the winds of gratitude and love. Type Amen to get blessing 90.